Good morning children and congratulations my dear children, because this time also lots of students attend the class test number 2nd and got good marks also. My dear children, you should practice the reading, then and then you can pronounce the word properly, because practice makes the man perfect. So children, you compulsory read the lesson when I finish, and when I read at that time also you read the lesson. In last we complete our 2 lesson. Now we start the 3rd lesson, that is the parts of plant. So today we start the 3rd lesson, that is the parts of plant. So first of all I read the introduction. Children, in last year you had already learned about the world of plants, where you had studied the different parts of plants. Now we will learn more about the parts of plant and their functions, and these we learn in our 3rd lesson, that is the parts of plants. So when I read the paragraphs or the part of the lesson, at that same time you open your textbook and read also, because reading is very important children. Once again I say children, you read the lesson. So the first part, 3rd lesson, parts of plants. In this lesson we shall study the different parts of plant, the different function of these parts. The environment is full of different kinds of plants of different shapes and size. Plants are very important living things, especially since they provide food for all other living things on earth. Observe the picture of a plant given alongside. It shows the root, stem, leaf, flower and fruit as a different part of plant. Now I explain this. Plants are one of the most essential living organisms on earth. They are very beneficial to both animals and human beings. They produce oxygen, which is very important for the survival of living organism. Trees provide a shelter to animals and are also known for their medicinal benefits. Overall, different parts of plants have a different roles to perform, and that uses we learn in a last video. Once I revise that. The first, that is the plants are used as a food. Then plants provides fruit. These fruits also used as a food. Some plants have a medicinal properties like tulsi and mint, and these plants are used in a medicines. And plants remove the carbon dioxide and add oxygen. That's why plants are called as a pollution controller. It can fresh the air. The next one, plants reduce the soil erosion and prevents the flooding. So in this way the plants are very useful to all living organisms. So children, are you got now how the plants are useful to us? Now the next one children, a plant has a many parts and perform different functions. The part of a plant which is above the ground level, it is a shoot system, and the part which is below or inside the soil, it is a root system. Once I children tell, the above part it is a shoot, and the inside or below part of the plant it is a root system. Now children, the shoot system consists what? Stem, leaf, fruit and flower. And it also consists bud, node and internode. And the root system consists only roots, and these roots have small roots also, that is the primary and secondary root. So are you got now children what is mean by shoot system and root system? The part of a plant which can grow above the soil, it is a shoot system, and the part which grow below or inside the soil, it is a root system. Now children, now we discuss about the root system. So first we discuss, that is the root. Roots where grow children? Roots can grow below the soil or inside the soil. See, now there are the 2 types of roots. The first one is the tap root and the second one fibrous root. Now listen. Roots, the part of a plant that grows inside the soil, it is called the root. Most plants have thick main root that grows deep into soil. The main root has a thinner side roots called rootlets that grow from it. This type of a root is called as a taproot. For example, mango and neem tree. Now I explain this much only. So the first type of a root, it is a taproot. Now taproot means what, children? Listen. Taproot is a thick main root below the stem that goes deep into the soil, and several thinner side roots grown from main root, and that thinner or smaller roots are called as a rootlets. Means children, taproot has a thick main root, and that thick main root has a small roots called as a rootlets. This type of a root system is present in carrot, radish, beetroot, then banyan tree, mango tree and ivy. So these are the example of plants which have taproot. Example, that is the mango tree. This mango tree also has a taproot. See the roots. These roots have thick main root, and that thick main root has a small root called as a rootlets. Now the examples of taproot like beetroot, radish, carrot and turnip, these root taproots are used as a vegetables. Children, you like na carrot and beetroot? So these are the roots which store food, and these roots we eat as a vegetables. Next we learn about the fibrous. In some plants, a group of small roots grows from the end of the stem. These roots are thin and fibrous. They are therefore called fibrous roots. Grass, coconut, banana and onion have a fibrous root. So read, children, you also read when I read. Now I explain the second type, that is the fibrous root. So what is mean by fibrous? Now I will tell. Listen. Fibrous root system consists bunch or bundle of roots. Therefore it is called as a fibrous root. Means what? A root which can consist bunch or bundle of thin roots. It does not consist thick root. It consists bundle of thin roots. That's why it is called as a fibrous root, and these roots are attached to the end of the stem, and it is very thin. For example, first example of fibrous, it is the onion. See the onion, it has a small roots, bunch of root. Second one is the grass. Grass also has a very thin roots below the stem. See children. Now the next one is a rice. Rice plant also has a fibrous root system. It also consists bunch of roots. The next one is the some tree like coconut tree. It also has the fibrous root system. See the coconut tree. It has a bunch of thin roots, not thick roots. So it is also fibrous root. Now the next one is the banana tree. The banana tree or plant also has a fibrous root. See that roots, these are thin. Now next I will tell the examples of fibrous root. The first one, onion, grass, rice, coconut and banana. Now next part I will read. Functions of roots. Roots take in water and minerals present in the soil for the plant. Second one, roots helps to hold the plant firmly in the soil. And third one, some plants store extra food in their roots. This can be seen in carrots, radish and beetroot. So children, at that time you also read. Now I explain this part. So what is this one? Now I tell the functions of root. So what are the functions of root? So listen. The first function is the root absorb water and minerals. So roots hold the plant firmly to the soil and support the stem above. Plants need water and nutrient from the soil to grow. Roots suck up the water from the ground and they also absorb the nutrients from the soil that the plants needs to grow and stay healthy. So means root absorb water and nutrients. These are very useful for their growth. Now see how the plants can absorb the water and nutrients. See children, the water and nutrients inside the soil, these water and nutrients are absorbed by the roots. See, the roots absorb the water and nutrients, and these water and nutrients are carries by stem. Now next one, root store food. Some roots means beetroot, radish, carrot and turnip. These can store the food and that food is eaten by living things, all living things. So here we completed the all functions of root. Now next part of the lesson I will read, that is the shoot. The part of a plant that grows above the soil is collectively called the shoot. The shoot consists of the stem of the plant which bears branches, leaves, flowers and fruits. Let us now learn more about the different parts of a plant that grow above the soil. So now children, you also read. Once again I said children, you read that para. Now I explain about the shoot. The next part is the shoot system. So shoot system is what? The part of a plant which can grow above the soil, and that part is called as a shoot system, and it consists of stem, leaves, fruit and flower. These are the main parts, and remaining that is bud, node and internode. So got now what is mean by shoot system? Now the next first part of shoot system is a stem. The stem is very important part of a plant. Stems of a plants are generally green. They become a little hard, brown and rough as the plant grows into tree. The stem of a tree is called its trunk. Mango, neem are some examples of trees having trunks. Some plants like money plant and watermelon have soft and weak stems. These plants need support to grow straight. Now I explain this one. So now I've explained the first part of shoot system. It is a stem. So stem, the stem is the part of a plant which is found above the ground. The bark or a stem of a tree, when the plant is a young one, it is a green in color, and when the plant is fully grown up, at that time that rough and woody stem, it is called as a trunk. See the trunk. Now next one is the stems arise, means it forms the basis of shoot system and it bears leaves, fruits, flowers, and the region where the leaves arise is known as the node. Where the leaves arise, it is called as a node, and in between the node there is a presence of internode. So children see node and internode. Now the stems arise vertically upwards to the ground, and initially the stems are weak, but after that when the plant is fully grown up, at that time it can stand straight, and when the plant can grown up, it form the trunk and it is a brown in color. Now the next one, creepers and climbers have very weak stem, children. Weak and soft stem, and they need support to grow, and that part I will tell in a last lesson. But children, you remember that all stem cannot grow above the soil. Some stem like potato and ginger, they can grow below the soil. So once remember children, all stem cannot grow above the soil because potato and ginger can grow below or inside the soil. So you remember children, once again I told, potato and ginger grow below the soil, but remaining stem can grow above the ground. Now the next part, Functions of stem. The stem gives support to the plant with the help of the roots. The stem helps the plant to stand firmly in the soil. It carries food prepared in the leaves to all other parts of the plant. It also carries water and other useful substance from roots to other parts of the plant. Some plants like sugarcane, potato, ginger and onions store extra food in their stems. Sugarcane grows above the ground. Potato, ginger and onions grow under it. Now I explain this part. The functions of stem. Now we discuss about the functions of stem. So listen. Stem carries out number of functions essential for various process. The first one is the related to support. Primary function of the stem is to hold up buds, flowers, leaves and fruits to the plant. Along with the roots, a stem anchors the plant and helps them to stand upright. Next function is the transportation. Means what? It is the part where the water and minerals from the root and the prepared food from the leaves is carried out to other parts of the plant. It is transportation. Now the next one. See how the stem can bear the fruits and flowers. Now the next function is related to storage. Stems are one of the storerooms of the plants, where the plant's prepared food is stored in the form of starch. So stem can store food in the form of starch, and examples are potato, ginger, onion, sweet potato and sugarcane. Here the potato, ginger and onion, it can grow below the soil and sugar can grow above the soil. So remember children, some stem can grow below the soil and some stem can grow above the soil. So remember children this point. Now the next one is the stems of few plants in the desert areas such as Opuntia get modified into thick and fleshy structures that store food and prevent excessive water loss. It is also stem children. It can prevent the excessive water loss. Now the next one is the reproduction. Few stems helps in a reproduction through vegetative propagation. See how the vegetative propagation, and it also bears the flowers and it produces the fruits. When that potato gives one small plants after few days. Now up to here children, we learn the parts of plant. In that parts of plant we learn the root and shoot system. Means what? Root, stem, leaves, flowers, fruits. And in root and shoot system we learned about the part of a plant which is below the soil, it is a root, and above the soil it called as a shoot system. In root system there are the two types of root. One is a tap root and second one is the fibrous root. Tap root means what? The root system which can consist thick main root having small roots called as a rootlets. Now the tap root system example, that is the mango, neem tree, carrot and radish. These are the tap roots. Now fibrous means what? The root system where consist the small roots or bunch of small roots. It is called as a fibrous root system. An example of fibrous root, that is the onion, is the best example of fibrous root system. Onion, coconut tree, these are the example of fibrous. Now we learned about the functions of root. Root absorb water and mineral from soil. Second function, root holds the plant firmly in the soil. And the next one, root can store the food. For example, carrot, radish, these are the example of root store food. Now the next we learned about that shoot system, means the part of a plant which can grow above the soil. It is a shoot system. It consists stem, leaves, flowers, fruits, node and internode. After that we learned about the first shoot system part, that is the stem. So stem, when the plant is a young one, it is a green color, and the plant is fully grown up, it is the brown in color. Now creepers and climbers have weak stem. Now next we'll discuss about the functions of stem. So the first function, stem gives support to the plant. Second one, stem carries water, nutrients and food prepared by leaves to all parts of plant. Third function, stem store food in the form of starch, and for example stem store food, onion. The next one is the potato. These are the example of stem store food. Now next function we learned about the reproduction. By using the vegetative propagation, stem can bear the new plant. So, and here children, you remember, all stems cannot grow below the soil. Some stem can grow above the soil. So up to here we discuss the lesson. Now the remaining lesson we will discuss in the next video. So children, whatever I tell, you read the lesson in your textbook and listen the video. Thank you children.